Hey, this is Anthony Davis with Health or Hoax. In today's research highlight, we will explore the question, does flexibility matter? There's an assumption in fitness and yoga and healthcare that flexibility is an important measure of overall health, and that stretching is an important regular component of a healthy lifestyle. Well, is this a fact or is it a fiction? Is this a trick or a treatment? Is it health or hoax? Let's find out. Hey, quick sidebar. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to our channel if you like learning about the dark underbelly of the health and wellness industry. Now, let's start the show. Welcome to Health or Hoax. This is the show that empowers people to make informed choices about their own health by taking a critical look at research on popular healthcare claims. Everything in this show is meant to inspire critical thinking and discussion. We do not have a monopoly on the truth. No one does. So we're healthcare students. We're trying to find a little bit of truth in the sea of conflicting information. And we're trying to make things easier for you to understand if the fads, diets, and treatments that you're being sold are for your health or if they're a hoax. So let's get to it. In today's research highlight, we are looking at an article titled "The Case for Retiring Flexibility as a Major Component of Physical Fitness" from James Nuzzo. This article, published in 2019 in the journal known as Sports Medicine, is a narrative literature review which summarizes the research on static stretching as it relates to the most commonly held beliefs in health and wellness. So commonly held beliefs about stretching include the following: that it prevents injuries, prevents falls for the elderly, improves athletic performance, you gotta stretch before a big game, that it reduces pain, reduces soreness after a workout, improves your cardiovascular health. People think that it improves your blood pressure, heart rate, improves performance in your job, and generally that it is just good for your health, that you have to do it if you're gonna try and be a healthy person. So let's see what the article had to say about this huge list of claims. Are they accurate, or are we having the wool pulled, stretched over our eyes? Well, there are a lot of extremely important points in this article, so I think let's just get right to it and nail off these bullet points. So, overall health, quote, "Flexibility is not predictive of all-cause mortality. In contrast, body composition, cardiovascular endurance, muscle strength, and muscle power are all predictive of mortality," end quotes. In other words, flexibility is not related to your overall health. However, if you want something that is, exercise is. Next, fall risk. Quote, "Unlike muscle strength, flexibility does not predict falls in older adults." So this is going to be especially important because a lot of times we baby older people. We say, oh, just give them a little stretching, some light walking, things like that. They can handle weight training, and it's going to do them a lot better good than stretching. So next, quality of life. Basically, the jury's out. If you enjoy stretching, then that's great. It'll bring you some pleasure, right? I mean, if you enjoy eating cupcakes, then eating cupcake is going to make you happy. So this is going to be a subjective thing, and it shouldn't be generalized to the general public. If you like stretching, that's great. If not, no worries. You can skip it without any consequences. Hey, real quick, comment below and tell us if you stretch on a regular basis. Why? Why not? And slap that like button while you're at it. Now, injury and pain. In study after study, flexibility did not predict future incidents of injury. In fact, in many studies, researchers found that increasingly flexible and hypermobile people were more likely to get injured. Research has shown that in some cases, being extremely flexible or being extremely inflexible were both correlated with increased risk of injury. So to quote the article, a middle range of flexibility might represent optimal fitness. Now, next, cardiovascular health, heart health. So a lot of times they use sit and reach scores as a measure of flexibility. So one study showed that sit and reach scores do not show a correlation between blood pressure or heart rate. However, There may be a relationship between flexibility and arterial stiffness. There appears to be some debate, but I would then wonder, okay, well, how much flexibility do you need? Do you need a lot? Just a mid-range? Based on the rest of the information in this article, I would guess probably a mid-range is fine. Next, athletic and physical performance. So studies looked at demanding jobs such as firefighting, military tasks, police foot chases, special forces entry exams, Air Force performance, and they consistently showed that flexibility is not correlated with performance ability. In fact, the Air Force concluded, end quote, flexibility is the least important component of fitness. All right, what about sports? Well, a bunch of studies looked at things like football, weightlifting, swimming, running, hockey, volleyball, basketball, baseball, dancing, gymnastics, and many other sports. Generally speaking, there was not a correlation between flexibility and increased performance or decreased injury. Now, sometimes there was a little bit of a correlation. If so, we generally found that there was a stronger correlation between strength and performance. And actually, sometimes having increased flexibility worsened a person's performance. This might be especially true for runners, where faster runners were often less flexible. So even worse, many studies have shown that stretching actually reduces muscle power for up to 24 hours after you stretch. So statically stretching before you have like a big game or a big run might actually make you a little weaker and might not be a good idea. So that said, there are some points that the article highlights where some moderate flexibility is useful. Now, if a mid-range flexibility is the most useful, generally speaking, then there are many ways to improve your flexibility without stretching, and they might offer greater overall benefit to your health. And you might avoid some of the drawbacks that stretching brings with it. So regular exercise, cardiovascular training, weightlifting, other forms of fitness, especially if you load your muscles and tendons through their full range of motion, these are all going to increase your flexibility. No stretching required. So in summary, high ranges of flexibility are not at all related to injury prevention, pain reduction, fall risk, muscle soreness, heart health, overall health, blood pressure, or performance in any positive way. Much to the contrary, stretching can actually make athletic performance worse and in some cases can increase the risk of injury. Flexibility is commonly viewed as a primary component of fitness, and clearly it is not as important as we usually make it out to be. You can just get some moderate flexibility through regular exercise, stay active, and you'll be good to go. So, is stretching good for your health, or is it a big hoax? Well, on a scale of health to hoax being represented by an apple to a snake, we'd give this one about half a snake. It's not poisonous. If you really like stretching, it's probably okay for the most part. But the big lie that we've been sold is that we need to be stretching, and that being stiff or being tight or not being able to touch your toes is somehow a way of saying you're not healthy. That's simply not true. You can be perfectly healthy and never stretch a day in your life as long as you're staying active and exercising in some way on a regular basis. So no doubt a lot of people are going to have strong opinions about stretching. You know, dancers, yogis, gymnasts, etc. may think that they need to stretch. Well, if that's what you think, that's perfectly fine. Please comment below and tell us why you're thinking that. We invite respectful disagreement. So, thank you for joining us on this week's episode. Please like, comment, and subscribe to our channel so that you get notified when we release a new video. And I'll see you next time on Health or Hoax.